Your Jedislander, Richard Marroquin, and aloha means hola. Well, right now I am without my partner and son Caleb, who's usually doing videos and other recordings with me, but it's 5:30 in the morning, and I'm trying to stay up so I can sleep during the day because I work overnight, and he's getting his beauty rest because he's in college already and he has classes later on today. So I was bored staying up, and I figured, you know what, I haven't done a video in quite a while, so I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and do a video. And I guess there's just one thing that I really want to talk about on this video, and it's about the shooting that happened in Jacksonville, Florida, at the EA Madden 19 tournament. And this is something that's already starting to die off in the news. I'll give my reasons why it's dying off in the news already, but that'll come later. But for those who haven't heard yet, there was this tournament going on at a restaurant. I guess like it's a back room or something, and it was for the EA Sports Madden 19, and it was a tournament that was going on. And a sick individual whose name I will not mention, apparently he lost a game, and he was not too happy about that, and he left the venue only to come back later with 2 handguns, and he shot up the place. And it looked like he specifically targeted certain gamers, and he killed 2, injured 11, and finally took himself out. So yes, we're never going to have to hear from this individual again, because he killed himself and he saved a lot of taxpayers' money, and justice was served by him doing that himself. Of course, this doesn't bring back the 2 individuals who were killed, their parents and their family, their friends, people that cared about them. He's never going to return to them, and so I don't think they take solace that he killed himself, the shooter killed himself, because nothing's ever going to bring back those that we love when they are murdered in such a senseless way that it happened. Apparently, some early reports, I'm not sure what the confirmed reports are, but a handgun was used. That part is confirmed. A handgun was used, and apparently he had 2 handguns on him, and of course he never got to using the second one. But I think one of the scariest things is I actually saw the Twitch stream that they put out there, and before the shooting starts, you could see possibly two of the victims, because there was a red dot, like a laser sighting dot, on one of the players, and then all of a sudden you see them go to the screen where the game is going off, and the kickoff just happened, and then you start hearing the gunshots. And not only do you start hearing the gunshots and screaming, you can hear one individual say, "What did he shoot me with?" And it's just scary because this was being live streamed at the time, and they, in that live stream, whoever was watching that live stream, they heard that happen live, and so I can only imagine those who were watching, and especially those who were there, the fear that came upon them. And just watching it, of course, I watched it hours later on one of the websites that actually had it, one of the news sites that had it. And it shook me up, and I wasn't even there. And this is something that you would figure, because it's happening like every other month, it seems like. And At one point, I thought maybe I was going to start to go numb, but that's not the case. And there's so many things that come out after something like this happens, and you get the, right off the bat, people start spouting their political views on the situation. And of course, you had, it's the same old when a mass shooting happens. You have one side talking about there needs to be more gun control, less guns out there and whatnot. And I don't agree with them. I don't like 100% disagree with them, because there has to be some sort of way to keep it to where these psychos, these sick individuals, poor excuses for human beings, there has to be a way to keep firearms out of the hands of those people. I'm not going to go to an extremist view, because I'm not an extremist whether it's on one way or the other. But I mean, yeah, I do agree that something has to be done, but we need to figure that out together, with real conversations, not just spouting off to one another, calling each other idiots because they disagree with the way we would like to see things happen. But yeah, something definitely does need to be done. And then the other issue that another side always brings up is mental illness. And me, like I've mentioned in the past on the podcast and possibly on other videos, that I have a major depressive disorder and PTSD. That's what I was discharged from the military with. At the same time, I do legally own guns. And of course, there's people who feel that I should not have firearms. And you know what? I can understand their fear. But I'm not an individual that's on any kind of psychomedics or whatever they call them. I do take medication for my depression and anxiety, and it also helps me go to sleep. But it's not one of those heavy medications that they talk about. I mean, it's Lorazepam, which is a very popular medication when it comes for people with anxiety and or sleep disorders. So it's not one of those that puts me into a whole nother mental state. It just helps me relax and go to sleep. And of course, it carries over the next day to where, I can be more even keel about things. So it's mostly a downer. That's what it is. But it's nothing as dangerous. Of course, all medications can be dangerous if you abuse them, but it doesn't have the dangerous side effects that a lot of these other psychomedicines have. But yeah, you know what? On that other side, that always says something needs to be done with, about mental illness. That is correct. And of course, I don't know if there's about this person's background, if they've been. I know there's reports that he's been put in the hospital for mental reasons a couple of times, but I don't know how true those reports are. So I'm not going to say definitively that that he has or has not. But the real elephant in the room about this, it's not the accessibility of guns. It's not the ignoring of mental illness. There's one key thing that could have prevented this from happening. And that one key thing is the place did not have proper security. And which really baffles me, because in this day and age when we're having, like I said, some sort of mass shooting every 2 or 3 months, it really baffles me that at an event like this, and this is not like a little low-key event. I mean, this was something that was highly publicized to begin with. It's streamed live on Twitch and probably on YouTube too. I'm not sure about that one, but there's that possibility. But man, if there was proper security there, and I've heard some people talk about it, but I haven't seen people make this like a a major factor. But if there was security there, that could have lessened the chances of this happening. If they had proper, metal detectors, the wands that you see at sporting events, the metal detectors that you see at these places. Some schools already, well, not some, a lot of schools already have some sort of metal detectors so that they can detect weapons from the students that are coming into the school building. And I truly believe that if we did have some form of metal detectors coming in, that these guns would have been detected on him and he would have been stopped and possibly arrested on the spot. And we wouldn't have 11 people injured and two dead. Well, now 3 dead when you include the shooter. And it's just crazy that still, with stuff like this, proper security was not taken. And I guarantee you, if we have proper security measures, is it going to stop it completely? Well, no, nothing ever stops psychos completely. But there's a good chance that we can lessen the amount of these things happening. And I have a feeling now that from here on out, that when we have these sorts of competitions and other forms of entertainment, when a lot of people are coming into one building, that there's now going to be the proper security measures taken. But what kind of ticks me off is that they're doing this. They're doing this. It's reactive, and we need to be more proactive about this thing. And this is something that I've been saying for the past few years, that we need more security in different, and not just the presence of security guards, but different security measures. Like I said, with a venue like this, there should have been metal detectors. And especially in Florida. I mean, Florida's now becoming like a hotbed for this stuff happening. And it just infuriates me that now it's being looked at retroactively, so that now that we can have security in the future, when the security should have been in the past. And I wouldn't even be making a video about this. But hey, that's my take. I'm solid on my takes, and yes, I am in the center. I'm a libertarian. That's just right of center, but I'm not one of those centrists that's gonna not give a definite take. That's of course those of y'all who have listened to the podcast and who've seen a couple of videos that we've already posted. You see that we are opinionated. Words are hard, but yeah, we are opinionated, and you can agree with it, you can disagree with it, but that's just how I see it. So with that, that's all I have for right now. Till next time, live, love, game, and aloha means adios.